That's Laxor's Spitfire in front of me. But I'm probably not going to wait because he's sorting out one of his ground crew.
Okay, right, I'm back. I'll have to keep your nose down slightly though.
Oh, I'm back.
Copy that. Okay, oh well, I've got to sort out a couple of bits and I can take off. Okay, I'm good to go now, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I'm going to roll.
Okay.
I'm going to head straight out to the ones that shoot back at us.
That wasn't a bad takeoff. Moderately formation.
I wasn't able to watch. Damn it. But you had the right place to view from. I got my engine.
Yeah.
Complete. God. And they're still shooting me.
Right, and me.
I'm hearing a heartbeat. The pilot is grunting and groaning. Not just the breath of G. It's
Isn't there
worse
just
than
G?
that.
Yeah. Oh.
No, it's an addition.
Ooh. Well, you've had better hits than me. I've not been able to damage anything yet.
Well, my heart's still beating. Over the mic, over the headphones, I'm getting. That's an addition. Damn it! I was just going to put my earbud to the mic, and the heartbeat stopped. I'm not sure if I died. If I died, if I died, then I can't jump out.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Oh,
I'm not
that's the
died
engine.
because I can jump out. I've jumped out and I've walked
Rubbish. Oh, I've been damaged. What have I been damaged? Must be fuel coming out. Where's a fuel gauge in this? I can't remember.
Bottom right. Push the button.
It says, push the button.
If it moves at all, you've
It
got
says
fuel.
my fuel is. Yeah, it says my fuel is full. I've definitely been hit.
You might be venting. I'm looking back at my aircraft. It's been well shut up, and I'm venting something which might be oil, but I think it's not black enough. So I think it's possibly coolant, like with the red antifreeze in it.
Right. Rolling all over the place. If I make this, I'll be surprised.
Those guns are, I won't say impossible to get now, but you've got to be lucky as well, so that they don't manage to get you before you can get them.
Coming in, landing. Forgetting how it works. Wheels down.
Yeah, that's
That wasn't
definitely
a
a
bad
very
landing mission.
very good landing. The problem is, as I've said so many times, controlling it on the ground after that. With a Spitfire, you haven't landed when your wheels are down. That's definite. Have you blown a tyre? Perhaps.
I don't know.
No, you haven't.
Doesn't-
But
no,
it
it
just
doesn't
had a
look like it.
sound to it. I've got a freeze.
Yeah, bit clunky, but I'll see if I can pull over to the left. Rod Ball logging off as you're up early in the morning to play with the steam train. Nice. Is that
Blimey, steam, what, a real
repairing?
steam train?
Hello, sir.
It's a real
Hello, guys.
real miniature steam train. Yeah, he is it your part owner or what, the engineer that just gets a chance to drive it as well? Or
And
I
is
can't remember what it is, Rock.
Is it full size or miniature?
No, it's
less?
miniature.
Right. Steam is smashing anyway.
One of the
It's
club
lovely.
ones, yeah. Oh, enjoy. So, 5-inch gauge. 5-inch gauge.
What, eh? Was that to your
5-inch
screen?
gauge. I suppose that's the. No, I was reading what Rock was saying. So to give you, it's 5-inch gauge. So I presume that's 5 inch is the distance between the rails. Is that right?
Oh, sorry. Right. 5-inch gauge. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll be the distance between the rails, yeah. even whether it's miniature or full size, I mean the principle that it operates on is the same, and I think the smells are the same, so it's going to be great.
Yeah. The firebox is about the size of a soft drink can.
Yeah. I used to love the smell of the steam trains as a kid. Love them.
I see Gaz is in. He's on mute, but he's in. Good evening, Gaz.
Hello.
Gaz was on
Hey,
my
Gaz.
stream. Have you left my stream, Gaz, or are you still on it?
I'm still on the screen.
Okay.
It's just 1-inch pistons, but can pull 5 adults on a carriage. Blimey.
Wow.
How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. Self.
Actually, I meant to change some of the settings on this because I'm getting 24 FPS. I meant to reduce some of the settings and I didn't, so I'm getting 24.
Right. Is that the shadows and stuff? Alright,
I've
take it
already
easy.
done that, but what would be the recommendation to reduce apart from shadows?
I'm not sure. Hang on.
I've probably got to come out of service to do this, haven't I? I won't be able to do it while I'm in.
Yeah, you should go back
There's...
to the main menu to change the graphics settings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
well, it
you can
depends
do
what one's your
while you're in.
settings.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
of them. The visual
Yes.
effects you can change anytime.
It's the ones that affect the FPS I'm interested in.
Yeah, the ones that
Well,
affect the
any of
FPS will be adjusted in game.
Well, your grass and clutter will affect it, and your scenery details. Well, pretty much. Gamma's probably about the only one that won't affect it. To be fair, so it depends what you've got the 4 sliders that you can influence in game. What have you got those set to?
I'm thinking I'm going to have to jump out of game and influence something else. Hold on a minute. Hold on, I'm just going to go there.
You can already see that the graphics have been remodeled or something.
I did adjust my gamma. I brought the gamma down from 1.6 to 1.4. It was at 2.2. I think that's a sort of a default setting. But
Okay.
on the advice of one of the
Videos, yeah. The video
Yeah.
that I've sent you.
yeah,
it's
on the advice of
1.6.
that, yeah. But I put it down to 1.4. I think it's a little better for me, for my preferences at 1.4. So right, hold on a minute. I've gone to
Yeah, I kept
control.
using 1.4 as well. I feel comfortable on 1.4 actually.
Oh well, that's good. It's not just me then. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Went to controls instead of options. Okay. Scenery details I've got 0.76. Forest details I've got 0.75. So they're sort of 3/4 of the way up. And grass and clutter are about halfway along their slider.
Right. Okay.
Don't know how much that's going to affect it.
Well, it will affect it to a degree, because for every setting that you place higher, you're having to render more graphic. So, I mean, if you knock them all out, you'd probably pull something back, but then you might lose something in the look and feel of the game. So
Oh,
it's
I'm sure.
it's your trade-off, really.
That's why I'm thinking like there's
so it
textures
depends,
and
yeah.
terrain textures.
Yeah.
But they're both set to high at the
Uh,
moment. Is that the maximum setting, high, or is there one above that?
Not sure. I think
I think
the
it's
big
the
ones
max.
are the SSAA. As long as that's off.
Yeah, SSAA is off, SSLR is off, SSAO is off. Clouds are
In my
ultra.
Right,
opinion, yeah. The anti-aliasing is so bad in my opinion. It makes the game blurry. So I'd recommend turning it off.
SSAA. That's off.
SSSA
Maybe if we
is the one that GPU intensive, super sampled anti-aliasing.
Right, yeah. Well, that's off, as are SSLR and SSAO. They're all off. I think I've got clouds at Ultra, and because we got clouds in this, I wonder how much they're taking up.
Yeah, you could probably knock that down a bit.
I've noticed that the clouds are not a big deal. I had them on Ultra and I had a decent 30 frames per second.
Right. Well, I'm getting
What
22.
card have you got, Gears?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, what card have you got? Your graphics card?
It's the GTX 1050, but it's the
That's
2
1050.
gigabyte version. Yeah.
Right.
So less VRAM, but still the same performance.
I've got
Yeah.
a 1050, so why am I only getting 24 frames? MSAO.
Well,
Maybe you're.
to be honest
Yes.
with you, DCS is not optimized at all. It only uses 2 cores and 2 threads of your CPU. So even if you have multi-threads on your CPU, it's not gonna work. So basically, 2 cores of the CPU are just working right now.
Right.
That's a good point, actually. DCS, not DCS, OBS. In Task Manager, if you right-click on the process in details, there's an option to set the processor affinity, and you should turn off Core 0, because that's where the weight of DCS processing occurs.
Yeah, I think you've mentioned that before. Hold on. Okay, where is it in details?
Yeah, on the details one, yeah.
OBS did just fall over, of course, and I had to restart it, so that I don't know whether that's got anything to do with anything.
Sheep, just for Sheep's benefit. Alright, what we've got. So in your Task Manager, on details,
On detail, oh,
you got your.
yeah.
Sorry, I'll self-mute me so I don't talk over you or anything.
Right, so on details, is it priority or affinity, did you say? Affinity.
Yeah, Lexo is actually muted.
Is he deafened or muted? Can you come back, Daxel? You can.
I think it said infinity.
I think it was affinity. Ah, right. Turn off CPU 0, I think he said.
No, I'm not sure about that, sir.
I'm sure that's what he said. And this has cropped up before. I've unchecked CPU 0. So we'll see what difference that makes. Well, unless I have to close Task Manager for it to make a difference, it's made no difference.
So the FPS performance is not about the graphics settings sometimes in DCS, it's about the game itself. The engine is not running on the full potential of the CPU.
He's not here.
Yeah, but you're getting a better frame rate than I am. You're getting 30 and I'm getting sort of 22 to 25 maybe. Maybe
Well,
not as much as 25.
Well, and my goodness, that was before the update, the new textures update.
Okay, buddy. Yes, I'm a PS4 play supremacist. That's how you want to go down history, Stoll? A PS2 play supremacist. That's your life now, PS4. More like PS4, am I right, guys? Dap me up on that one. Cause that one was lit. That joke was so poggers, dude. You know, my objective with this stream is to make people want to kill themselves. Not actually, that's not what I meant, but like, to put people in physical pain. Yeah. I think I'm doing a pretty good job of that, actually. Alright, now time to shoot down people mind their own business in prop planes? Because I can. Because I can.
You
And
can,
Mom,
yeah.
you can't stop me anymore. Sorry. So Bill, how's it going?
You clipped there, Scupsins. I missed what you said. Say again, carefully.
How is your day going, Bill?
It's okay, but I'm trying to work out why I'm only getting 22 to 25 FPS.
Don't you get more than that normally?
Well, yeah, I have in the past had in the region of 35, 40. I mean, my graphics card is not best. It's a 1050, and I'm heading towards a 3060 at some point, an RTX 3060. But of course, they are not available at the moment. And if you can get one, it's over twice the proper price.
Well, the thing about my config is that I have a bad CPU which has 2 cores and 2 threads, while I have a decent GPU, if you like. So by pushing the graphics to a better quality, it actually gives me more FPS. So the GPU will be processing the informations more than the CPU. That's why it gives me more FPS.
Okay, but I thought you said you had a 1050, which is what I got.
Yes, the 1050, but it's the 2 gigabyte version. It's not the 4.
Oh, I don't know what mine is.
It's the TI.
TI, mine's a TI, yeah.
Yeah, the TI is the 4 gigabyte version of the 1050.
So surely I should be getting 30 frames per second, the same as you are.
No, because in your case you have a better CPU, a way better CPU. That's why the CPU is taking a part of the
Oh,
work.
it's taking it over. You mean?
Yeah,
It's making the decisions.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. It's not GPU intensive. It's CPU intensive at your case.
Roger that. So it's how to change that. Can we change that?
No, what I know is by pushing the graphics to a better quality, it gives more load to the GPU, so less load going to the CPU, basically more
Okay.
frames. But in your case, you have a better CPU, so you should be counting on the CPU more than the GPU.
Unless I push the settings higher.
No, actually lower.
Push the settings
As low
lower.
as as low as they get, you get more frames.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'd expect, but it's this business about what's taking over, the CPU or the GPU. The only way I can change those bits is actually to come out, because it'd have to be textures and terrain textures, and change those to a lower setting, and that means coming.
Yeah, you should try them. Yeah, yes, sir. You should try putting them on low. You'd actually get like a way better performance out of your PC.
I'm gonna go out and change them to one step lower than that. They're currently at high. I think that's the maximum. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's the maximum.
Yeah, I'm gonna come down one step. Okay, I'm gonna drop out of this for a moment and give that a try. So I'm about to leave the server. I'll be back.
Try to make it balanced so you don't lose as much like visual effects, and at the same time you still keep some frames.
Yeah. Well, now I think about it, I must have nudged those up to high. The reason I'm thinking that is that when you're sitting in the parking area, you've got like either side of you, you've got like mounds of grass and stuff, but it used to be a flat line across the top, which suggests that it wasn't drawing individual grass blades sticking up on the top, but now it's showing individual grass blades. So that has got to be it's got to be taking more work to do that. So let me just give this a try.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
Yeah, it's got to be medium, I think. It's low,
Yeah,
medium, and high.
Yeah, medium and high. So textures, leave them at high. Textures, I always prefer textures to be on high.
The terrain textures is either low or high. There's no medium.
Yeah, there's no medium, so I think low is better.
I'll give that a try. Got civil traffic off. Water's not
Yeah,
very
off.
important because we're not seeing any. Visibility range. I've got that at high.
Visibility range, yeah, put that high because it's something about CPUs, so the CPU will be
Yeah.
doing the work for the visibility range. The heat blur is low. Shadows, I don't know about the shadow settings in DCS, but I think
Well,
what do they have?
What they
Lights
were
only?
saying, what the Grim Reaper's guy was saying was, put it to flat. Put shadows to flat. He was talking about the Mariana Islands. Put it to flat, and where you got terrain objects, put that at, terrain object shadows. Put that at flat. I've got anisotropic filtering at 16 times. Is that going to eat some stuff or not?
No, actually, I was having that X16 on my PC and nothing happened to the FPS.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, they're probably the only things I can reasonably change, apart from grass,
Yeah,
grass.
the
and
water,
clutter.
you might want to change the water to something like medium or low.
But would that not only matter if you're flying near water?
I don't know. I just
Okay,
I mean, maybe you'd fly. Yeah.
I'll turn the water down. Hang on. Where was that? That's there. I've got it on high. I'll put it to medium. And with all that, let's see what happens. Okay, I'm going to go back in. Oh no, I'll turn my grass down a bit as well. Although the trouble is, when
Yeah.
you do a load of things, you don't know which one made the difference, do you? That's the trouble. I'll leave it at that for a minute, and I'll come back in and see what it looks like.
Yeah. Good idea.
Oh,
I
what
think
it
those
look-
sliders. Yeah, I think those sliders can be adjusted in game, so you don't have to go back.
Yeah, they can. Yeah. What it looks like is the game crashed, so I've got to restart.
No, it's not crashed. It actually restarts when you apply those settings. When you change the graphics settings, it restarts to apply them.
Okay,
It's
I
a
lost
restart,
comms.
not a crash. The game does it to apply settings.
Yes, but it's actually a restart. It's not a crash, so the game will do it to apply the settings.
Just waiting.
Any new changes to the MI24 Lexo?
Any changes? No, I don't think there has been anything significant, although I've clearly done something wrong because it's not starting.
I'm waiting for my death. And the
waiting for
F16 to
what?
start, but probably my death will come first.
So are you on open mic? Do you know you're on open mic, Scobsons? Can Scobsons hear us?
Not sure. I'm taking a chance pushing my push to talk.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah, but it can crash the load of DCS if I'm not careful.
No, I don't think it's a crash. It's a restart.
It's taking too long. You see, I closed the profile thinking that it had crashed. So I closed DCS anyway, effectively. think.
Yeah, restart it manually.
Yeah, it's on its way in, but it's
13
taking
years of honest alignment later. Hey,
taking too long.
D. Walter, if you're still here, isn't there a way I can?
Yo, break, Scobsons.
Loxel. Loxel.
So I wasn't sure if you was away or on the open
Loxel?
mic, that's all.
Loxel.
Hello? Are you away
Black
or
Thor,
on
more
open
like
mic?
crack Thor because you're on crack. Yeah. That's pretty funny.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm gonna have to kill DCS. This is crashing. It's just definitely not going in.
All Lacto does is just sit here and talk shit, man. Like, I don't know. Like, he's just such a butthole, man. Oh, sorry, I wasn't muted. My bad. Have I still not picked up my ship from your base iron sheet?
Is it working for you, sir?
Nearly. Hold on.
Alright, all good.
Yeah, there are times when I can't transmit because it uses the control key, and that messes things up when it's loading stuff. So there are times when I can't transmit.
Roger, sir. Roger.
I can, but it does bad things sometimes.
Alright.
I'm joining the server now.
Well, the things there we've made should not affect loading.
No, it's just any time I load stuff in onto DCS, when I start DCS, if I push to talk at the wrong time, the control button seems to affect what's going on, and the screen goes white, and I have to hold on and hope for the best and hope it doesn't crash it. So far, so good.
Alright, all good.
Black Thor, what? Just like a.
It's a 13-kilometer line of tanks. Oh, that lot. Yeah, they're fair game. They make their way. They basically make their way southeast, south. No,
That's
southeast. Towards the airfield, the blue airfield.
I finally was able to drop bombs again. Oh my god, they're like splitting like animals. Oh my god, it's like a damn
I've
flock
just
out
seen
here.
that. Yeah.
That's the best insult Iron Sheik could come up with. My ship's built like a glass table, whatever the hell that means. He's just jealous that my ship's working. It can actually accelerate in a direction. He's just jealous that my ship will reach the speed limit in a decade.
Did it crash again, sir?
Not sure. Not sure if it's restarting or crashed.
I missed.
Alright, so
Yeah. ban him, ban
Lexo,
him.
what's the
Yeah.
thing about that Core Zero?
Iron Sheep, I know you're just jealous about how well my
cool.
ship is designed, and it's okay, Iron Sheep. It's okay to be jealous. It's okay to express your emotions instead of taking out other people, Iron Sheep. It's okay, buddy. You'll be okay. Maybe if you be nice,
cool.
I'll teach you how to build an actual competent ship.
why do we
First, you
want
have
to
to be
do that?
nice, Iron
That
Sheep.
would spoil our gameplay if we had a competent ship. The Core
Yeah.
Zero. Core Zero is DCS uses predominantly Core Zero and a little bit of Core.
All right, fuck it. We're rating last
So if you're streaming,
I'm never coming back. Well, I'll be back later, but I'm also never coming back. Sorry.
he's an open
Like,
mind.
so I'm rating you. Babysit my viewers, please.
Okay. Okay.
They're like, oh, let's go to Chili's, guys. Hey, let's go to this restaurant randomly. Hey, I don't care that you're in the middle stream. What does that mean? Get off. Get off the computer. Fuck you. It's my life. I don't hate my life. This is why I hate. I'll be back later, y'all. Enjoy my viewers, Laxor.
I shall reap them for all that I can, and I'll give them back to
It's
you.
just Dynamo. It's
drunken
90%
mess.
Dynamo. One random who taught me how to drop bombs in my plane. That random. If his name is, I don't know what it is. Dude, this guy,
What would you call that random guy?
D Walter 13, bro. I would suck his dick, no cap. That man is straight goated. He said, right alt plus space, and it worked, and I'm proud that I can drop bombs now.
Awesome.
Alright, Laxor, I'll be back.
Alright, stay safe.
No, I'm gonna die.
So DCS uses predominantly Core Zero and a little bit of Core One. If you're streaming, then OBS is going to balance itself across all the cores, especially if you're using CPU encoder like I do. So what you want to do is make on the processor affinity for OBS, you turn off Core Zero. That way, there is no contention between DCS and OBS for Core Zero. DCS is happy because nothing else is trying to take processor away from it, and OBS just doesn't care because it's balanced across all the other cores anyway. So you just turn off Core Zero for OBS and everything else is happy.
Alright. Well, I guess that's not working for Mr. Bill.
It might give him a little bit. What it just means is that DCS won't be contending with OBS. Whether or not it gets to that point in the first place is a different matter. But if it's all configured so that it's not contending, then
Yeah.
that can be a good thing. Sort of thing.
Okay, Core Zero, I can speak now. Core Zero is unchecked. So I've now got back in.
For OBS.
For OBS, yeah. I selected OBS, and then from that I changed the affinity such that Core Zero is unchecked. So I'm now going to go to multiplayer again and see what happens again.
Okay.
Alright, all good.
Is that yourself?
No, I'm still watching the stream.
Shouldn't have spoken. It gave me a white screen. Got it back.
Alright, let's take a look.
Okay, my frame rate has gone up. It's now at 40-ish. And hold on. There's less grass sticking up on the top, although there is still some.
Yeah, I can see that.
Cockpit looks okay.
I mean, yeah, with those settings, I think you'll get 60 frames when you're airborne.
Yeah, it's dropped. See, the other thing I was finding is that it might start good, but after a while it drops down. So it's as if like a cache is filling up. I'm going to leave it to settle for a while because it's still loading stuff in, I think, according to my activity light.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well I'll start getting ready. I've currently got 34 to 37.
I miss the Spitfire days. And that night when I flew with you, sir, that was incredible.
In DCS.
Yeah, and DCS.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. Okay, let's start this up. What have we got? I've currently got... Because you can't see my FPS on the stream, can you?
I actually can.
Oh,
It's,
good. Oh, good.
Yeah, I can see that.
For some reason, I thought only I could see it. I think probably when it's the NVIDIA one, which is nice
Yeah,
and
the
big
NVIDIA-
and green, that's not visible to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, the NVIDIA one is not visible.
Oh, well, I'm glad that it's visible at the moment. Let's get started. Did I prime it? I don't think I did.
One time I was trying to start the engine, like, I was pushing the starter multiple times, but then I found out that I didn't have my magnetos on.
Ah, yeah. I think I'm good this time. No, I'm not. My magnetos are on. I didn't turn my fuel pump on. Didn't turn my fuel pump on.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
That's the thing about checklists, isn't it? So doing things in the same order every time, which I got myself out of order. Third time's got to be
Right.
lucky.
I always, when I do some starting up, even with the F-16, I always go from the right to the left, so I do full turn in the cockpit.
Yeah, I normally work my way across. I do the lights. I put my panel lights on. Then I open my covers. Put my magnetos on at that stage. Normally, I didn't on this occasion. Doesn't matter. Make sure my brake is on. Prop pitch. Turn on my fuel. Turn on my... Hang on a minute. My fuel is off. I've thrown my switch, but the fuel is off. Okay, so when I
That's why
when
that's
threw
why
my
the engine
switch-
stopped.
when I threw my that switch before, I just assumed, I didn't look, I assumed that it was on. What I should do perhaps is click that, right? Then I know it's going on, rather than using a switch on my throttle unit. Okay, let's give it another go. Blimey, I've not had trouble starting like this for a good long time. Yeah, I threw the switch to put my fuel on, but obviously it didn't go on. So maybe it's a case of I had to switch it off and switch it on again. Maybe it's because I did something and left it. Don't know.
Maybe it was still like pressed when you moved the mouse away.
Well, when I spawned in, it could be that it was on. So I had to like turn it off and turn it on again. That switch. It might be something like that. I don't know. Don't know. My ears keep turning off as well, so I'm not sure whether it's to do with the main plug for my headphones or the headphones themselves. I've currently got 34. Don't know why my ears keep going off. Oh, unless it's the other. I've got an inline socket, so maybe it's that one. Hold on. Which I tuck under the fat on my belly. Okay. was jerky. It dropped down to 18 earlier on. Oops, now it's frozen. I think it's only when on,
Yeah,
on
I
the
know.
server.
Yeah, the server is actually taking more loads to the CPU, to the computer in general. And I've heard that people with RTX 3090s, which is basically the most advanced GPU, are suffering from drops to 19 and 20 FPS.
Really?
Yeah, so it's not a case of hardware at this point. DCS is not optimized.
Okay. Yeah, 16 and 17 it dropped to then.
Well, I think FPS is another reason that I shouldn't go back to DCS 4.
Sorry, Gav, can you say that again? I missed some of that.
I think I shouldn't go back to DCS if the FPS is so bad like this.
It varied so much. I mean, I'm now back up at 36. I mean, anything above 30, I'm okay with. Anything above 25, to be honest, I'm okay with, as long as it stays there. But then it suddenly drops down to 10, even if only briefly. So you get this like minor freeze, and it becomes very uncomfortable.
Don't forget that you're streaming through, which is actually like it's gonna take a lot of frames, and it's gonna cause drops.
I would expect that to make it steady, just the same.
I don't know if you're actively going for the bridge, but there's one left just on the tree line.
It's a couple, one on the road, one on the grass, one on the tree.
No, there's one by the tree now. All the units on the bridge been shot now? There's one, well, there was one in the tree line. But there's a load of personnel, infantry down there as well.
Okay.
I keep getting confused and pressing the wrong button for me. Trigger.
Well, I know they're down there. I can see that they're shooting, but I can't see exactly where they are or what they are. I guess it's infantry.
Yeah, for the most part it's infantry. There's probably one vehicle tucked under the trees.
I think I just got the vehicle. But
Come on, if you push top.
are you getting me?
And again. Yeah, I am now.
Yeah, I had to use, I got that one, but I had to use my zoom to see him, which is a bit unreal because they didn't have zoom, did they, in Spitfires?
Yeah.
Not sure how much ammo I've got left, but I'll give it a try on these tanks if there's any left. I think that's all we've got.
I think my cockpit is bugged, so even though I've crashed, I can't click anything. I don't think I'm dead, it's just when I click anything.
That was lucky. I finished him off as my ammo ran out. RTB.
How's that? I'm down. So I'm coming up from Burslem.
Copy that.
Request repair. Copy. Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
Well, whilst the aircraft's being refueled, I'll refuel me a little bit as well.
Roger that.
Refueling complete.
Does Phantom Hawk flight stick work with MSF 2020?
Rearming complete.
Hello, Gavin. If you're still there, if you're still there, can you confirm you're still there? Because I'll be talking to myself otherwise. Jack Gavin, that is. Sorry. So is Jack Gavin still there? "20 seconds to repair to start."
I'm here.
Okay, hi Jack. Thanks for joining me. I think it's your first time, isn't it? I don't remember your name anyway. But that doesn't mean much. Could just mean I forgot. Phantom Hawk flight stick work with MSFS2020. I can't see why it wouldn't. I can't see why it, I don't know what that stick is, but I can't see why it wouldn't. If it's a flight stick, it should work. Have you got pedals as well, rudder pedals? And just in case there's any confusion, this is DCS. Okay, we're in DCS at the moment. And that, of course, is a Spit LF Mark 9, which I also have in MSFS. But that MSFS is a bit touchy about certain things where you fly, like flying over areas that got a good Google map. The 3D map can be quite severe. Whereabouts are you on the planet, Jack Gavin? And cheers. Okay, well then I'm about to start up. Am I clear? I think I am.
Yeah, I'm over Bursland. I've only just got into the air, so you got it right, mate.
Yep, copy that. I'm not hearing anything from Jack, so I'm not sure if you're still there, Jack. My frame rate still seems to be all over the place, including like micro freezes.
Did you try deleting out the cache, the shader cache?
I'm not sure where that is even. Can I do it from, if I go onto my other monitor, can I do it from there? Or do I have to leave the game?
I don't know if it will do it when you're in game, but you'd do it from the DCS launcher program.
I
So you
don't-
don't mean the
but
temp files.
That makes some sense. I
Uh,
suppose.
Yeah, I wouldn't know where it is on the disk, but I know the DCS loader has a button for it, so it just does it.
Well, my DCS starts when I click on my profile in Target. I don't have to touch it.
Yeah, but you could use DCS loader to get to it easily. So I'm getting it. So the same way that we would switch between beta and stable, there's a
Okay.
function in there that deletes out the shaders.
But you're saying it might not do it if I'm in game.
Possibly not. Or if it would, it might not make an effect because they've already been cached. So, like on the card.
Right. I mean, that should all clear once you've closed the DCS,
No.
shouldn't it?
No, because that's the whole point of them. They're pre-compiled.
Okay.
So rather than the game having to recompile the shaders every time, they get compiled once and then get reused. Now, if there's a problem with the shaders, then that could have an impact.
Okay. I'm going to take a look at my desktop. And I should be able to get to it from there. What am I looking for on desktop? What's DCS what?
Well, I don't know. DCS Updater Launcher. It's... what is it? DCS Updater Utility.
Okay, well it's not. Oh, hang on. Right, okay. Hang on a minute. I've got two. Oh no, the other one, they're just shortcuts, and the other one is I can get rid of shortcut 2, obviously. Or shortcut 1. As long as they both go to the same place. I've got to check that now. Right, I'm going to download updater. Eight 5/2019. Hold on.
It's build 5.3.2021.
Oh, well, they're,
So on your-
I think they're
it loads
both
up.
the same. Yeah, 5.
Right.
No, well, it doesn't give it doesn't give that when I hover over it. It doesn't tell me. So right, I'm just going to open the updater and see what that does.
Okay. Yeah, that's... well, when you open it, it'll just open, but, where is it?
8/5/2019.
No. 5.3.2021. Although, to be honest, it'll do the same thing. It's just that won't take into account the Marianus folder or anything like that, but the shader cache is probably in a single folder regardless of what it is. I'm just trying to find where the actual function is.
Well, I don't know why I've got 8/5/2019 then. Doesn't it? Doesn't
Well,
it
it's just an old
tell you
version.
there's an update? Yeah, but doesn't it tell you there's an update?
No.
So you have to go and look for updates off your own bat, sort of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so the function is on the advanced updater options. The game will have to be stopped before you can do it, because for me the button's grayed out.
Which button? Latest. Oh, update. There are updates. Oh no, that's
No.
DCS
No.
updates, right?
Hang on. You won't be able to see my screen. Right, so on the screen that's got the update buttons, on there somewhere will be another button called delete precompiled shaders.
Nope. Not that I can see. So it must be because I've got an old version, I guess.
No, if It's not, but older versions had it. It's just it might be in a different place, maybe. So it could be off of the home screen. It could be off of the app settings screen. I just can't remember where it was on older versions.
Okay, I'm looking. Do you have to go to a website to get the update, or can I get the update from this screen somewhere? Oh, hang on. There's a big update button at the top. I'll do that.
What? What? No, what,
At the top of the updater, the DCS updater launcher GUI utility, there's a big button that says update, and it is update DCS. Oh, update DCS world. And then hold on, I've lost it. It's gone off. Launches updated to download the latest version of DCS world,
Yeah,
which
so
is not what I want.
yeah. Yeah, so if you want the latest version, there's a link on Discord.
Okay, I'll see if I can find it rather than, because that's a double bubble. If I've got to download that, then find a thing to clear the cache.
No, it's definitely in that version. It's been in older versions. It's just a case of finding what screen it was on. So it might be on the home screen.
I'm looking
it
on the
could be
home. I'm
the-
not seeing it.
It'll be a grey button. It won't be a big blue one. It'll be a dark, light grey.
Light grey because it's greyed out. Do you mean, or what?
No, just light grey, as opposed to.
Oh, hang on. Yes, sorry, it is because it's grey. I didn't see it. I've got DC Updater. It is grey and it is greyed out. It would be in a white box with black text by the looks of it if it wasn't greyed out. So that means I've got to close DCS again and go through that process then. Okay, I'm going to get out. Oh no, hang on, I don't want that, do I? I don't want DCS Updater. Or did that give me a new version of it? If you're receiving, I've found it. I'm just being really stupid.
Good. Glad you had it.
Yeah, okay, so I was looking at the wrong thing first of all. Now I've gone back to the advanced update options. I've found delete pre-compiled shaders. I've clicked on that, but obviously it doesn't do anything at the time. I've probably got to restart DCS. So for the sake of my stream, I'm going to restart. I'm quitting to desktop and going back in. I'm back in and everything is alright, but it doesn't look as though there's any difference in the frame rate. And for the sake of my viewer there, I'm going to stop and restart the stream.